UMNO Barisan Nasional for the last 50 years. I was born into a non-political family. My family is a kampung family. They're not interested with any of this big thing about politics. I was raised up not at all interested to the least about politics. The only thing that ticked me off is because they thought that we were stupid and they treated us as buffoons and stupid. Itu zaman. Because in 98, when they said Anwar Ibrahim, they treated us like cows and kambing, and they told lies. They told lies in 98, and they told lies again in 2008. Dia sudah ada sodomi nombor 1, and then dia ada sodomi nombor 2. Today, I know that Chinese of all people don't really believe in any of this. But today, the father of the very same person who brought the accusation against Anwar Ibrahim came forward and admitted, ini semua UMNO punya fitnah, punya pasal ini. Orang yang jumpa sama ini budak, yang kasih ajar ini budak apa mau cakap, apa mau serang Anwar, apa mau fitnah sama Anwar, all the allegations are scripted by the very special officer of Najib Tun Razak. This whole fitnah and scandals accusation was planned and hatched at the very same place whereby Rosmah beli itu cincin 24 juta simpan. That's why kalau kita mau a break from the past, if we want to put all this politics behind us, if we want to make sure that our children after this grow up in harmonious Malaysia without any divide, whether you are Chinese, Malay, Indians, Kadazan, Iban, we have no other option but to throw UMNO Barisan Nasional into the dustbin of history. Can we do that? I mean, I know that the fact that the one most important angle towards UMNO Barisan Nasional is because of the corruption. Corruption is a poison. 30-40 years back, the one single community that had to absorb the bad impacts and the poisonous nature of corruption was the Chinese community. It took 20 years for the Malays and Indians to begin to feel the same. Because in spite of whatever UMNO Barisan Nasional's promises, although they said that they had to do certain things and they had to discriminate certain groups in order to provide level playing field for some other societies or communities, at the end of the day, yang kaya only anak beranak Perdana Menteri. That's all. You ada sekarang Perdana Menteri Tun Razak, Najib and Co. Yang kaya dia orang yang dapat cincin, itu gelang, itu subang, ini earring semua, ini semua Najib and Co. And then you ada Mahathir and Co. Semua dia punya. Dia punya kalau syarikat minyak itu upstream syarikat minyak dari China, Sapura. Perhaps the biggest beneficiary of Petronas contracts is owned by Mahathir's son. Not enough with that, Mahathir made sure as well that another of his son, the once nearly bankrupt son, Mirza Mahathir, also took over the downstream business of ExxonMobil. Now they control the upstream and they also control the downstream. One day, my friend, I am fully confident if we don't throw UMNO Barisan Nasional out of power, one day Mahathir will make a move so that these two upstream and downstream companies owned by his sons will make a bid and take over Petronas, because that is his dream all along, to rampas and to rob the single richest golden laying goods in the country, which is Petronas. And then you have another Prime Minister punya clan. You have itu sleeping Prime Minister Tun Abdullah Badawi. You have the richest non-employed batch 30 30-something in the country in the name of Larry Jamaluddin. He doesn't have to do anything, yet he can buy a large portion of a bank. And after he bought a large portion of that bank got so many other licenses, investment bank and so on. By now, after almost 30 or 40 years of new economic policy, even if you go and ask every single Malay on the ground, especially my generation, kami akan cakap perkara yang sama. We will tell UMNO straight to the face that don't you dare use our name for you to rompak all the richness of this country. Enough is enough. The common Malays like me don't get a single thing daripada ini UMNO Barisan Nasional punya policy. We had to work and struggle just like any other Malaysians. Whether you are Indian, Chinese, Malay, we all have to go through the difficulties of life because of UMNO and Barisan Nasional. Sebab itu, I want to affirm and tell everyone who come tonight. Although, walau masa kita launch our manifesto, some protests told us that you must make sure that you cater for different communities, different needs. We were steadfast, we were firm. If Pakatan Rakyat were to be any different from Barisan Nasional, we must tolak and we must reject any racial approach in any policy, my friend. No more. When we promise and when we formulate our economic policy, what we promise is that we no longer will look economic policies from racial perspective. We promise every single family in this country, whether you are from Terengganu rural area like me, whether you are an urban poor in Petaling Jaya, under Pakatan Rakyat, not a single family shall earn less than 4,000 ringgit combined household income every month. That's our promise. And we will make sure all our economic policies and programs are geared towards uplifting the income of every single family. Because it doesn't matter whether you are Malay, whether you are Chinese, whether you are Indian. If our families earn enough, our family will plow back the money into our economy. When the pie gets bigger, then everyone will benefit from it, my friend. Very simple economic theory. In our education, we promise very simple thing. Those who are clever and excellent enough that you get an admission into university, there shall be no quota, there shall be no discrimination. If you are smart, you will get a scholarship into university paid for by government. Anywhere else in the world does this. This is how you build a brain bank of a country. Not by discriminating, not by telling smart Malays that you are forever inferior to the other communities because you are where you are, because UMNO gives you that position. That's one. If there are other kawan-kawan UMNO yang dengar, saya tidak pernah tertarik. Never in my life I was attracted to UMNO purely because of that reason. I am a man of my own. I am confident of my intellectual integrity. I don't need to be told by UMNO that you are only where you are because as a Malay you get crumbs from UMNO. I don't want to be like that. I want my children to grow up with full confidence and to compete fully with anyone, whether they are Chinese, Indian, or even Scottish or English for that matter, my friend. Sebab itu, we will make sure these two most important areas, bila Pakatan Rakyat sudah ambil alih, we will make sure we'll fix the economy so that it's fair to everyone. We shall fix the education system so that the best of the best can go up and we can bring back this talent to Malaysia. And finally, well, sudah almost half an hour. Finally, is this question: what do we do with the corrupt menteri after this? You see, Anwar Ibrahim is a very nice person. Every time people ask him, what are you going to do when Pakatan Rakyat takes Putrajaya? He will say, no. He will say, we will not wish harm, we will not touch them. They can go about their life. That's Anwar Ibrahim because he's 66 years old. The young ones say, we will hunt and we will make sure every single penny of public money that you have taken, you shall return back to the public mazan. Okay lah, Mahathir wants to live and retire gracefully, quietly. Okay, we can allow that. Dia boleh main dengan dia punya kedai roti sampai dia mati. Okay. But for every single money, penny, every single contract, every single thing he had taken for himself, for his sons, for his family, for his cronies, it is our duty to take this back so that we can return it back to the public. The same goes to every crony there is. You could have benefited from the last 20, 30 years of UMNO's largest. Fine. You could have become the single largest businessman, richest in this region. Today, PKR disclosed another attempt to make sure that semua ini company kerajaan yang bagus punya is transferred to Syed Mokhtar. Today we disclose another company that is being taken over by Syed Mokhtar quietly behind the scene. There is this one company called CTRM, Composite Technology Research Malaysia. It is the #1 aerospace company in this country. It was set up way back in the 2000 to spearhead Malaysia's entrance into aerospace industry. It has an order book of 8 billion ringgit for the next 5 years. Huge company with the biggest clients being Airbus military and Airbus civilian industry. Eurocopter even buys spare parts from this company. It is a success story of how our Malaysian engineers started from scratch and becomes one of the more respectable players in the global aerospace industry. Oleh sebab, because this company is doing well, it has a cash of about 200 million. It breaks even and makes profit for the last 5 to 10 years. Quietly, UMNO Barisan Nasional sold this company to Syed Mokhtar for a mere 200 million ringgit. It has order books of 8 billion for a period of 5 years. They jual only for 200 million ringgit. That's only one company. There are so many other companies. Itu tanah kita sudah dengar, itu Raja Popiah punya cerita, semua orang sudah dengar. Itu ketua wanita UMNO, dia sudah dapat projek lembu dulu. Dia sudah dapat semua kondo. Ketua wanita Selangor pula, they want to challenge each other. Kalau ketua wanita UMNO sudah dapat lembu, paling kurang ini ketua wanita Selangor mau dapat tanah. And for that, she was given a land worth 400 million, a 223 acre of land, prime land in Shah Alam Section 7, purely out of nothing, just out of generosity of Rosmah to her for being Rosmah's best friend. Kalau you tak percaya sama saya, ini Rosmah punya best friend, you ambil gambar Raja Rupiah, you letak gambar Rosmah, you will see ini rambut jambul sama besar, sama style tu. Every single one of them, my friend, we all know. I can go on until the end, until the wee hours, and I can regurgitate every single story of how UMNO Barisan Nasional has stolen from us. But I know all of you already know, and I know all of you are already convinced. Sebab itu all of you are here tonight. Betul tak? But what we need from all is that this last 2 months is going to be the most crucial time in our nation's history. This is our best attempt yet at the reawakening of Malaysian people. In 1957, we came together and we got our independence from British as one single nation. Chinese, Malay, Indian coming together for our independence. 55 years under UMNO Barisan Nasional, we are as divided as ever, especially if you are in Barisan Nasional. Because of that, this is our best chance. Please make sure that we never allow anyone to rob this victory from us. We are already there. If you ask me, I have maintained all along that we have achieved a simple majority from as far back as 1 year ago. We've already got a simple majority. With what is happening in Sabah now, that simple majority most probably is going to be even larger. Because the very same people whom UMNO have given ICs all this while, whom for the last few elections had voted obediently for UMNO, this time around they felt UMNO had betrayed them. So don't worry, sometimes things or help come to us when we least expected it. I know for the last 1 year, we were very afraid and concerned about how are we going to manage the project IC problem in Sabah. Today, my friend, that problem most probably is going to solve by itself because it's going to backfire on Najib and UMNO. Because of this problem in Lahad Datu and in Sabah, the people whom UMNO had relied for the last few elections, this time around even they realized that UMNO is no good for anything. Even the best friends of UMNO board, UMNO will betray at the very last minute. Because of that, I think we will see a sea change in Sabah. That's why our friend in Sabah is confident at least we will get 15 parliamentary seats from Sabah in the next election. So the victory is there. They will try their best to steal that victory from us. They will try to slip phantom voters, they will do anything. But if every single one of us remains vigilant, if on the voting day we make sure that every single one of you bring with you another 5 or 6 people, make sure you are very vigilant about everything that happens, my friend, nobody is going to be able to steal this victory from the people this time around. So I just want to end. Our preparation for taking over Putrajaya is well on the way. We have already written the script and the priorities, what we want to do on the first day, on the second day, on the first week and so on. First day punya priority. The first thing that we will do on the first day, all of us are aware of that. Datuk Sri Anwar is going to announce that we will lower down the price of fuel for everyone to lessen the burden temporarily. There's nothing new about that. What I want to share with you is the script for the second day, because we have prepared the script for the second day. Second day punya script, ini bukan kabinet punya pelantikan, no appointment, no nothing. Datuk Sri will start the day by calling Najib and Rosmah to the office of the Prime Minister. Panggil Rosmah, panggil Najib, datang office. Because there will be a handover from the 7th Prime Minister to the fallen 6th Prime Minister. They will have coffee, they mau minum coffee. Datuk Sri will speak politely in accordance to the script. Dia akan cakap sama Najib. Dia cakap, my dear friend, Malaysians are very loving and peaceful people. We are not going to punish you for all that your wife has done for the last 5 years. We will accord you the respect as a Prime Minister, because it is only right that every former Prime Minister is given a special place in our society. Dato' Sri will then say to Najib dengan Rosma, I have been given this mandate to relay to you two options. This is as a token of appreciation from the peoples of Malaysia for your service. The first option, we would like to offer you to become our ambassador to Mongolia. We will offer Najib on second day of taking over Putrajaya. Dato' Sri Anwar will offer Najib a chance to redeem himself by representing Malaysia as the ambassador in Mongolia. I'm sure Najib will say no. Dia mesti tak mau punya banyak hantu dekat Mongolia. And Dato' Sri then will say, because we cannot accept this appointment, that will leave us with no option but to offer you an even better offer. We've gone through your expenditure when you were in office. We realized that of all the things that you and Rosma have done, you really love going around traveling on holiday on people's money. You spend your holiday in New York, in London, in Milan, everything fully paid for by the public. Any paid for punya holiday. We know that going on paid for holiday means a lot to you, to Rosma. Because of that, the people of Malaysia has resolved, we are going to offer to you a lifetime non-stop fully paid for holiday. You don't have to worry about hotel bill, you don't have to worry about utilities, about food. Everything will be fully paid for by the people of Malaysia at the leisure of the government of Malaysia. The only slight complication, because you have dropped so much money before, we cannot offer you the kind of holidays you used to have when you were Prime Minister. Dulu, you spend 160,000 per night for one night holiday in Dubai. We cannot do that anymore. But fear not, we have reserved you two very special rooms and one very special hotel. That hotel is called Hotel Sungai Buloh. You can stay there forever. So kalau we want to make sure Najib and Rosma will finally have their lifetime fully paid for holiday in Hotel Sungai Buloh, I'm sure all of you know what we need to do. We need to support every single Pakatan Rakyat candidate. We need to make sure that we remain vigilant, because UMNO and Barisan Nasional will try to steal this victory from us. And most importantly, for all of you, have faith that we will be in Putrajaya in 2 months' time, my friend. I'll see you in Putrajaya. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Saya Nandri Manekam. Saya sudahi dengan terima kasih. Selamat malam. Kita jumpa lagi di Putrajaya 2 bulan dari sekarang bila kita ambil alih kerajaan persekutuan yang baru. Thank you very much.